Hello, 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 everybody. Hello, dear Super Chat family, and welcome to the new Super Chat episode. Today, we'll get to know each other better with another wonderful group of Mr. Supranational 2022 contestants. I'm Ivan, your host, and today I'm happy to be joined by Mr. Greece, Mr. Malta, Mr. Mauritius, Mr. Namibia, Mr. Slovakia, Mr. Trinidad and Tobago. Hello guys, how are you?
We're doing good, thank you.
We're very well, thank you. Hi everyone.
Hi, how are you?
Doing great.
Pretty good.
Alright guys, now it's time for each of you to introduce yourselves. Get ready, but before that, as you probably know, this year Mr. Supranational competition will be held in the wonderful region of Małopolski in the southern part of Poland. So let's take a short look at how amazing this region is.
We're wide open for food lovers, welcoming you with fresh tastes and traditional favourites served with pride. Enjoy the atmosphere and taste life at its best. Experience Krakow. Visit Małopolska.
All right, guys, if you're ready, now it's time to introduce yourselves. It's time to get to know you better. Hey, Greece, could you please introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Leonidas Amphilokhios. I am from Greece and I am 23 years old. And I will represent Greece in the Mr. Supranational 2022.
Great meeting you, Greece. Hey, Malta, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, how are you? Well, basically, it's a little bit about myself. My name is Ron Bonsfield. I am 22, turning 23 next month. I work as a lifestyle fitness coach and I train obviously clients for a living. And I love the modeling sector. And I assume I perceive to keep pushing on it and improve furthermore.
Great meeting you, Ron. Hey, Mauritius, could you please introduce yourself?
Hello, Ivan. Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you. My name is Jean-Laurent David. I'm 30 years old. I work in the fitness and health industry as a fitness coach and physical therapist. And it's a great pleasure to be the first ever representative for Mauritius, like a great honor. And I just can't wait to meet you all in Poland in a few weeks. So, yeah, very excited.
You're making history, Mauritius. Great to meet you. Hello, Namibia. Could you please introduce yourself?
Good day, my name is Jean-Louis Knout. I am a radio presenter at a local Afrikaans radio station here in Namibia. And I am currently busy with my master's degree in performing arts at the University of Namibia. I'm also 30 years old and the first ever Mr. Supranational Namibia.
You're making history. Okay, great meeting you. Hello, Slovakia. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Michal Linka. I'm from Slovakia, from Trenčín, and I'm 28 years old. Pretty soon I'm gonna turn 29, and I'm a former ice hockey player, and now I'm a ice hockey coach.
Wow, great meeting you, Slovakia. Hello, Trinidad and Tobago. Can you please introduce yourself?
Good evening, Mr. Ivan, and good evening to my Supra brothers. I am Winter Mason, and it is quite an honor to be here with you guys today to share a bit about myself. I am 25 years of age. I'm an accountant by profession, but I do have this unceasing appetite for the performing arts, which has actually led me to become the Mr. Supranational Trinidad and Tobago 2022. And with that being said, I do look forward to today's proceedings.
Great meeting you, Trinidad and Tobago. Thanks for introductions. Now that we know you a little bit better, it's time for your personal questions, questions that are based on the facts that we've learned from your biographies. Greece, your personal question. You donate 20% of your income. Please tell us more about that and why you do it.
Well, I am a clinical dietitian, and I'm working like 2 years after I graduated, and I have decided to donate 20% of my income. And the reason I do it is because I want to help kids and families. Because when I was young, someone helped me to graduate by giving me some money. So it's like a thing that makes me feel full and like I'm doing my own part in helping others, and that's all about.
Great, thank you, Greece. Personal question to Mr. Malta. Tell us who your biggest inspiration is and why.
My biggest inspiration is my mom. Basically, the reason is that she had passed through quite some problems and had to raise me as a single mother, and she managed to do a really good job because it made me who I am today, basically. So I inspire her a lot.
Say hi to your mom. Thank you. Our next personal question goes to Mauritius. Mauritius, you have a dream vacation you would like to do. Tell us about that.
I'm more of a outdoor person, so my dream vacation would be to go for backpacking, hiking in Asia. Let's say visit countries like Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Bali, and discover all the practices, the yoga and meditation. These are things I like doing, like really down to earth, nothing fancy. Really connect with people around, taste the local food, and 3-4 weeks, like really remove all the stress and be outside in the nature. And this is the kind of adventure and vacation that I really dream about.
All right, hope your dream will come true someday. Personal question to you, Namibia. You host a breakfast show on a Namibian radio station. Tell us about an interesting experience you have had on air.
An interesting experience that I've had on air. Well, I once did the weather report, and it's actually so interesting, you know, when you do something and you stutter, it's something that obviously you can get past. However, this specific time, I actually accidentally mixed my letters around and a swear word came out. So I froze for a few seconds and I looked at my co-host and she just ducked under the table and then I continued with it. However, obviously, somebody got hold of that clip. And this is something that happened 2 years ago. And every year when the winter comes, that clip gets sent around every time. And then you even get people from South Africa sending that clip around. It's very funny, but I also think it's one of the most blushing moments that I've had on air in my life.
All right, that's really funny. Thank you. By the way, I know what you're talking about. I also used to be a radio presenter, so I know what it is. Our next personal question goes to Mr. Slovakia. Tell us more about your life for ice hockey.
Well, it's been a great journey, a lot of good memories, but also some bad memories because I had a lot of injuries. So I love the lifestyle because you can meet a lot of new people and you can see pretty good places in the world. So I kind of loved it, but the last 3-4 years I was always injured, so I have to retire, and now I'm having a new job and I like it.
Okay, thanks for your story, Slovakia. Trinidad and Tobago, your personal question. We heard about your Little Mermaid connection. Tell us about that starring role.
That role was one I didn't expect to get because there were so many persons who actually showed up for casting. But because of the years of experience I have had with the Love Movement Choir, it was one that was very easy to attain. I remember during rehearsals, I would sprain my ankle several times, but I kept on going. And I think the main thing that I learned from that experience is perseverance and always being resilient and committed to something.
Great story. Thank you, Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you, guys. Very interesting stories and really impressed. Next up are questions from either your fans or fans of Mr. Supranational. Each one of you will have a question from a fan. Next up, we have Greece and his question from a fan. If you could change anything in your life, what would it be and why?
If I could change anything in my life, it would be probably the environment that I live, because I live in a really crowded city. I live in Athens, and I would like to live in a place with like a lonely place in front of a beach or near a forest, because it makes me feel calm. And the city is really crowded and it's really fast pacing. You can't enjoy things and you can experience life to the fullest. That's the one thing that I would change right now.
Okay, hope that your dream will come true someday. Our next question from a fan goes to Mr. Malta. What is the one thing you believe is lacking in young boys or men today?
What I personally think is lacking a lot, most men today, is basically a dream. Most people, male especially men, and they get caught up in the busy routine in their lifestyle, so they end up losing track of their main vision. And it's quite sad. I wish that everyone would work on themselves and focus on their dream, because they deserve it.
Good answer. Thank you, Malta. Next up, we have a fan question to Mauritius. If you had to pass a message to someone battling mental health challenges, what would it be?
I would tell him, her, that he's not alone. We're all facing issues and in our personal life. Some find it easier to speak out about it. Some keep it for themselves. But this is not the right thing to do, because it can be really harmful to your personal development and your future. Speak out, voice out, and don't be afraid to talk to your relatives, your friends. Seek for advice. These are the best way to overcome these difficulties and mental health issues. Can be in any situation of your life. I mean, always going to be someone to hear about and be helpful to you.
Thank you. It will be great advice. Thank you, Mauritius. Next up, we have Mr. Namibia, and Mr. Namibia, a question from your fan. Do you think male pageantry is relevant in today's society?
It's actually a very interesting question, and it's one of the questions which I also got at a pageant previously. And I would say I definitely think that male pageantry is relevant in today's world, simply because male pageantry, and I don't think people always realize, people that are not in pageantry, I don't think they realize what pageantry is all about. For me specifically, if I can share a part of my experience, is that I have discovered so much of myself within the past 2-3 years, from a point where I used to say that I will never take part in a pageant, to today where I am competing at one of the Grand Slam international pageants. Self-discovery, building self-confidence, learning to get to know people. And also I think from a male perspective, people always think, and up to now, a lot of people in society have said that isn't pageantry only for women? But I mean, who said that a guy cannot look after themselves? I think we all expect this macho man image of people that's supposed to do pageantry. But I mean, that is all stereotypes. anyone can take part in pageantry because it's specifically about your personal experience. What can you learn from this? How can you get to know yourself better? And I think, like I said previously, over the past few months, you think you know yourself, and then tomorrow something new comes up, and you yet again get to know yourself even better and better and better. And apart from that, I mean, the people that you get to work with on a daily basis, I also don't think that people realize how many people are behind me as a contestant for Mr. Supranational Namibia. And I'm talking, personal trainers, the directors, national director. We have people helping you with communication skills, public speaking, and these types of things. You really have such a big force behind you, driving you. And of course, at times when you get tired and it feels like you can't go on anymore, this is something that I believe everyone at some or other point in their life should experience and have the privilege to experience. And therefore, I would say definitely, if you can get the opportunity to take part in a pageant, it's definitely something that will change you, that will grow you, and that will make a better person of you.
Thanks, Namibia. Next to answer our super fan question will be Mr. Slovakia. What would winning the Mr. Supranational title mean to you?
Wow. Right now, I can't even imagine, because it's a big honor, or it would be big honor, because I saw the guys, all the guys look good. So we'll see how it's going to end up, but I'm pretty excited that I can be part of this show.
Thank you, Slovakia. Tell us, what has been the best gift you have given someone, and why?
I think it was the year of 2017. My stepfather, he was going through a very tough time with his health, and that caused him to end up in the hospital. And I remembered my family and I not having any source of income to pay for the bills. And I remember going out of my way by selling my school books and making different GoFundMe accounts to be able to come up with the amount of money that was needed. And eventually we did. And I remembered my stepfather, God rest his soul, said to me, this is one of the greatest gifts he has ever received. So I personally think that is one of the best gifts that I've ever given to someone.
Great story. Thank you for sharing this, Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you guys for your amazing answers. I'm pretty much sure your fans are super happy with your super answers to their super questions. And now we'll have a general question to all of you. The question will be the same. So if you're ready, we can start. Our today's general question to you, Greece. What 2 questions would you ask to get the most information about who a person truly is?
The 2 questions I would ask someone to learn, to get the most of who he truly is. I would ask him how loyal can he be to a person, and what are his or her values.
Wow, great answer. Thank you, Grace. Mr. Malta, our today's general question to you. What 2 questions would you ask to get the most information about who a person truly is?
Well, let me think a bit about it. So one of them would be, what is their main target in life? What do they acquire to be, like a person? And another question would be, what do they think is their best attribute in themselves?
Thank you, Mr. Malta. Mauritius, our today's general question to you. What 2 questions would you ask to get the most information about who a person truly is?
I would say I would first ask about his or her hobbies to see if he's more like introvert, extrovert person. And I would also ask about what kind of food does he like? what he or she likes.
Okay, interesting. Thank you, Mauritius.
It does tell a lot about someone with food
Oh,
preference.
it really does. Yeah, agree. Thank you. Next up to answer today's general question is Mr. Namibia. What 2 questions would you ask to get the most information about who a person truly is?
The first question that I would ask is, tell me, what do you believe is your purpose in life? If you know your purpose in life, then that stems from something that comes from your heart. And if you want to get to know a person better, try to get to their heart. And a question such as, what is your purpose in life, can help you get to that person's heart. My second question that I would ask is, how would you describe happiness for you as a person? Because I think everyone in life wants to be happy. We strive to be happy, and sometimes it's the small things in life that makes the big difference in your life, and those are the things that you should cherish. So those will be my 2 questions.
Wow, great. Thank you, Namibia. Today's general question to you, Slovakia. What 2 questions would you ask to get the most information about who a person truly is?
I would probably ask the person what kind of history he has, or what kind of stuff he's been through. And second question, or it should be probably first question, I would ask him to go for a coffee, and the second question will be that what he's been through, because I would like to know everything about that person.
Right. Thanks, Slovakia. Next up to answer our today's general question is Mr. Trinidad and Tobago. What 2 questions would you ask to get the most information about who a person truly is?
The first question I believe I would ask that person is, where do they see themselves a year from now? I think always having a precise plan as an individual would tell a complete stranger a lot about someone. Another one I would ask them would have to be who inspires them, or who has continuously been an inspiration to them. And that will also tie into me getting a clear understanding of who that individual is.
I do agree with you. Well, right. Yeah. Thanks, Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you guys for your answers. They were all brilliant. Now I'm even more excited to meet you all very soon in Poland, and so is our audience. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to download the Miss Supranational app. The link is in the description box below this video. Find the Mr. Supranational section in the app and vote for your favorites. Your votes are very important because they can help your favorites to go on to the next round. That's it for now. See you soon. Subscribe to our channel. Give a thumb up to this video. Guys, see you soon in Poland. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.